1988 Volkswagen Golf GTI. This is a small bumper, 8-valve, 4-door model. As you can see, it's finished in white. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. So going on this front driver's wing to start with, you see there's a bit of an issue going on with the paint there. But we have got lots of paperwork with this car, which we'll detail all in the description, going through a restoration that it had a few years ago. Without looking at it, it was a few. I know it was a few years ago. It does need a little bit of cosmetic TLC, but mechanically and all that sort of stuff, all very good. So we'll go through the bodywork in quite close detail, just pointing out every bit. So obviously you've got that bit on the wing. The lower part of the valance and everything is nice. The bumper itself's very good, as is all of the plastics actually. That arch is really nice. It's on the early steel style wheels, which actually I personally really like, but obviously they're personal taste. You've got this black coach line going all the way down, which has got a little bit of overspray here and there on it. It may polish off, it may clean off, it may not. I think it probably will. There's only one way to find out. A couple of little marks just below that line there on this wing. Moving down the side of the car, the lower half has got quite a few sort of stone chips, which you can see along there. But no sign of any real corrosion or anything. It isn't rotten, like I say. And then it has had this red stripe added above the black plastic line, but that does look like it'll just peel straight off. Unless you want to keep it, of course, entirely your choice. Rest of the driver's doors all nice and clean. Nothing really to whinge about there. It has had these sort of lock protectors on, which will just sort of peel off again. Going on to this rear passenger door, you've got a couple of little marks in the door there, as you can see. And the trim's sort of pushed away a little bit there, only slightly. On the window, what is nice is going around, you've got all these stamps in the window still showing that they're all original glass. Nice original state, it's not been messed with too much, which is always good. Little ding in this bit of the door here. The arch and everything itself, as you can see inside, it's all nice and clean. Inside the arch and underneath the car does look to be good. Had a quick look earlier on when it turned up on a trailer. It's always a good opportunity as they're coming off a trailer just to pop your head underneath it. Little blemish in the paint there on the fuel filler cap. This pillar itself is nice. Moving on to the rear, it does have the correct coloured Hella lights, both Hella stamped there. It's always nice to see rather than those horrible smoked ones or anything like that. It's got a stainless back box on it, which actually sounds quite good. You'll hear it in a minute. And it does have earlier VW mud guards. The rear valance is free from corrosion. There's a bit of where they've sort of put the Schultz line, if you like, and there's a bit of chipping in the paint there on the rear of the tailgate, which sort of goes along the bottom there, around the plate. Onto this side, you've got a bit of sort of thin paint here on the boot lid. The roof is actually very good. It's not really any covered in dints or anything like that. Got a little mark on the sunroof here and a little chip here, but actually around the sunroof there's no corrosion or anything like that, which is always a good sign. Really bad for corrosion around there on Mark IIs. Another good wheel and tyre there. That arch is nice and clean. We have a look in the back here again. Little mark here, which is actually just dirt. A bit of thin paint there. Other than that, all good. Little chip here on the door, and it's sort of it's like thin paint. It's just not been painted very well. Is what I would say. And then you've got some going along this body line here. Best way to put it is it's not been painted very well, but it is nice and straight. The panel gaps are good. It is a GTI. It is worth sorting out. Perfectly usable as it is, perfectly drivable. It's presentable. But if you get right up and close like we are filming it in 4K, get really close on it, you can see the marks here and there. Got a little bit of corrosion behind that sticker there on the bottom of the door. Tiny little sort of 50p piece size thing. This front wing is really good. Tiny little bit of a mark at the top there, but other than that, really, really good. Lower valance on this side is nice, as is that lower half of the bumper. Bonnet again, nice and straight. It's not covered in dents or anything. Couple of little marks here and there. Correct GTI grille with the twin headlamps, the Hella inner lamps. Still stamped up, which is nice. Looks much better than when people convert into single headlamps. But yeah, basically body-wise, bits of thin paint here and there. It has had a poor paint job. But as you can see from the camera, it is presentable from this distance. It's not a dog by any sense. It's not rotten. It just wants a little bit of TLC to make it lovely. It is worth doing though, like I say. On the interior, nice clean driver's door card. Driver's seat is all clean on the backrest. It's got a little bit of a split here, and it could do with a bit of extra foam. So for me, take it to a trimmer's, get this piece taken out, new foam, and I'll be able to fix those two little holes in there for you while they're at it. Steering wheel's all good, nice original steering wheel. It's done 129,000 miles. Obviously GTI, so you've got the little screen and everything as well, which is nice. Correct GTI golf ball gear knob. It's always good to see. They always went missing when people sold them over the years. Good clean rear door card there. The backs of the seats are good. Dark headlining is really good. It's not been sort of torn out or marked or anything like that. There's no smells or anything in there. Nice clean rear bench on both sides. Nothing to whinge about at all really there. Stamped glass on the rear boot as well. Or on the boot window, sorry. Correct bottom shelf still there. Not too faded like a lot of them are. And it's not been chopped up for huge speakers in the back. Correct black carpet. And then under here you've got a spare wheel, and it is nice and clean in there. No sign of any corrosion or anything like that, so that's a good bonus. Like I say, rear bench is all nice and tidy. Nothing really to report there, but good to check it from both sides. Another good door card. Interior is quite good on this car really. Nice and original, not messed with. Another nice seat in the front. Small hole here. Other than that, all good. Let's say it's got the correct gear knob, which is the reason alone to buy the car. Top of the dash is nice. Going all the way along. It's not covered in cracks or anything like that. It has had a Sony head unit fitted, and it has got an external fan switch just in case. It's always good to be safe with these things. Just worth pointing out that around these, which is another comment, there's a tiny little bit of corrosion at the very bottom, but other than that, it's actually quite good. So like I say, not a rotten car. Under here, this panel's lovely and clean. Inner wings and everything are good. Just goes to show, like we say, not a rotten car. Just got some cosmetic issues. All nice and clean in there. It's not dropping any fluids or anything like that. Nice, easy engine to work on as well. The 8 valves. People have their preferences, whether they prefer the 8 or the 16. Or you could just be sad like me and like both of them. So there you have it. Engine's fired up straight away. Nice and smooth. No smoke pouring out the back or steam or anything like that. Like I say, it doesn't seem to drop any fluids or anything untoward. Happy to answer any questions you've got on it. Happy to do any viewings or video calls. Send any more information that you might need. Like I say, we'll detail in the description what we've got in the way of history and all that sort of stuff. But any inquiries on top of that, please get in touch. Thank you.